All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Kansas City Chiefs. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Day, baby, let's go. Let's go.
Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw.
Screen. Shit.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check nickel.
Leo. Hey, drop me, Griffin.
Now Saquon Barkley. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and inches.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Team 6. Get it.
The toss out to Barkley. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Indy.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Looking to throw on second down. Hopkins. Campbell making the catch. And the ball is knocked out. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. Watch the end. Hey, look,
On the ground, the drive starts with Wilson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while, because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Crunch. Slam.
He's got his man. This is Tate. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
53. Mike, 53. I got it.
Yellow.
Check. 53's Mike. Check.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape, because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Slam. 25. Check 25.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Hey, yellow.
Rip left.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
On 1st and 10, Hopkins, the completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, Hopkins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. 3rd down here. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Hopkins. And he gets it to Funchess, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 26.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
With no score.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
61, Matchbox Lights.
Mike, 53, Mike.
Snap.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
From the gun on 3rd down, Hopkins got an open man. That's Campbell. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
Down. 60 outlaw.
54. Come on. Switch.
Pilot, 64, weak.
From the gun, Hopkins. Ebron caught left side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive.
53's the money. 53. Check.
Back to throw. Hopkins. This will be caught at about the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. That ball caught by Funchess. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Devin Funchess, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Set. 18 Gators. Check 56. 80 working. Pull it together.
On 1st down, Hopkins. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
2nd and 2 at the Chiefs' 14-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Recon, 132 fighter.
2nd and 2. Gonna go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Colin Saunders coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Hopkins. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
70, Indy.
Check 43.
Protein spill. 5.
Looking to throw. Hopkins into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He's got daylight. The 40. 20. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch. Check it back. Check it back.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Go. Snap.
To throw on 2nd down. Hopkins. He's going to look deep down the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hopkins, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
This is taken around the 12. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be strong.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Kenny Clark gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Ready? 10 logo.
Check 56. Exit, exit. Safe.
Christian, grab it.
56.
Hey, Charlie.
56.
Following the fumble recovery, Hopkins. Short little throw to Ebron. And they'll get this down to the 10. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Going jet sweep, here's Campbell. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, high 7. Shoot.
Looking to throw on second down. Hopkins. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. 57's the mic. Mike 57.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes eluding the pressure right. Got a man on the right sideline. That's French. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 40.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Check. Lucky. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. Wilson with a first down carry. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Check three. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Loss of 2 on the play. It's 3rd down and 13.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Let's go. 57's the mic. Mike 57. Guys, it's game.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Wait. I got you, Pop. Shoot. Alert 3.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check. Alert flare. Check 50. Check 50.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And this is incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart. And that is caught! Touchdown, Kansas City! From 3 yards out, and the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. And he moved left there, Charles. Little danger play. He didn't throw toward that left side, went over the middle. Got the 6, though.
Yeah, he seems like the type of guy that when you told him as a kid, don't touch the stove because it might be hot, he touched it anyway. And this one, he got away without getting burned.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
At the 23-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Hopkins. It's caught by Funchess. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And a nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hopkins. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Operating from the gun, Hopkins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards, the final tally.
Gator.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Fine.
Off play action. Hopkins. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Ricky.
throwing again. Hopkins, he's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Hey, Haywood!
56, Mike, 56. Check back, check back.
Going jet sweep, here's Campbell. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Come on, come on, check, 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 check.
On first down, Barkley, and he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I got him. 56, the mark, boy, 56. Check, 56.
2nd and 6. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And now he'll tuck it and run. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. That ball caught by Funchess. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Devin Funchess with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. Zuerlein good with a PAT, and it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. 57, Mike, 57.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. He's got Burton here. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Mahomes now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Now Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. A well-executed 22-yard gain. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. So now from half the distance closer, here's first and goal.
Kill. Hey, 43, slant. Wide, get wide.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. The Colts have it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Oftentimes when you give up a touchdown, it's really a deflation for your entire unit. And the special teams crew, when they run out there, they still feel it. And maybe they don't go after it so much. Instead, they gave great effort there, blocked the extra point, and really gave them a lift after giving up the score.
Yeah, gave up the touchdown, lost the lead, but a nice job to get in there and block it. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's first and 10.
53 is the Mike. Here we go. Mike, 53, Mike.
From the gun, Hopkins. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Looking to throw. Hopkins gets this out to Saquon Barkley. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy most likely to bring him down. That was a nice game.
To throw on third down, Hopkins. And he connects with Ebron. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Quit talking about it and bring it. Mike 54, Mike 54.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Campbell. That one a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Colts.
Let's go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo. Check 4.
61, matchbox, light, get it.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56.
To throw on 2nd down. Hopkins. And it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Stop your whining.
Operating from the gun. Hopkins. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Zerline's kick is up and through. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot.
Now Mahomes. Underneath to the tight end, Burton. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. What do you think? Play this safe? Just worry about getting to OT?
Yeah, don't make any risky throws. It's going to change the outcome. But if anyone slips, take the big shot.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
4 down. Go. Mike 57.
Hey, 43, 15.
Here we go. 57. Mike 57. Here I come. Hey, Check, Mike 57.
To throw is Mahomes. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got? Bravo! What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go. Deuce. Watch your ship. Watch your ship. Hey. Watch your ship. Watch your ship.
Mahomes to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
56 to Mike. 56.
2nd and 1. We'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they'll try the jet sweep here. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Oh, no, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
I think we just saw an example of a game situation that I know is discussed, practiced to the nth degree, go right out the window, and a chance to win the game as well.
Yeah, protect the football. On the other side, you're taught to get in there and rake it out. They did just that.
I mean, they go over this starting in OTAs and mini camps. You go through these situations, and that's the way a lot of teams like to end practice. Finish it off with this type of a drive, kick the game-winning field goal. Everyone feels good and heads to the locker room. In this case, though, they're not going to feel so great about it.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes taking a deep shot here, and that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 33 yards that time. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, Oftentimes, guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Switch gears, switch gears.
They'll run with Wilson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I think we saw the strategy there, how they moved it to the left hash so they could line things up for them to kick the field goal.
At the 17-yard line.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And they'll be celebrating in the Power and Light District. The Chiefs have won the football game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Kansas City, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, the turnaround hasn't materialized as